Welcome to the Ninja News Show with the Angry Ninja.
Alright guys, it's time for the Ninja News Politics Show. What's up? I know it's been a minute. Had some things going on, but we're moving past that. We're going to get back trying to do a little more regular shows. I'm going to hit on a couple stories here. One I want to hit on right now is something that surprised me and brought me a newfound respect for, of all people, Mike Pence. For y'all who don't know, which I don't know how you couldn't know, Mike Pence was the vice president to Donald Trump. Had what's considered a ceremonial. You know what? Forget that word. He basically, on January 6th, has a role that is superficial. It's for ceremony. It's not a major role. They count the electoral votes. They serve everything. He goes, yep, bam, this person won. Y'all count the votes. It's over. His job is to bang the gavel after somebody else makes the decision, and the electoral votes are decided by the American people. And of course, Trump pushed the conspiracy theory that he could overturn it, that somehow the vice president has this massive veto power over the vote, which he doesn't. Again, like I said, it's all ceremony. If there's actually a challenge, it has to be brought up in the individual Senate and in the House. And then electoral votes can be changed by them, but it has to be of a massive vote, which, since we can't vote on what color the sky is from Congress and get it to pass, I don't think they're ever going to be able to pass that either. And Trump has been bashing Pence. And Trump telling everybody, no, Pence could have done it, this, and Pence has been quiet. Pence has been chill. Pence has been like, I'm disassociating with him, not saying anything bad, not saying anything good, just staying out of it. He being the grown up in the room, which he got a little bit of respect for that from me. Although I did wonder if it was more of a self-preservation thing, or if he was just like, I'm not going to run anymore, so I'm just going to go home. Which, again, if that's his choice too. But he was speaking this last week at the Federalist Society, which is a big Republican conference for young Republicans. And I actually listened to some of the interviews from these people, and these people remind me of the Republican Party I grew up with. Now, I've always been a Democrat, but I'm also the same person that if you are running on something I like, or I like what you're saying, I don't care what party you are. I will support you. Like, that's the beauty of our system. We don't have to agree, but you got to listen to what they're saying, then you got to see the record, and all these things, and make a decision not based on party. But anyway, so he's at there, and they're even saying, no, something I haven't heard from a lot of people, that there was no steal. Biden won. We're not here to change 2020 or 2024 so we can make a difference and make sure we win next time. I respect that 100%. And they're all wondering if Pence was even going to address the stuff Trump has been saying about him, and how he failed. And he did. And he did it in the most professional, simplest manner. And what he said is the truest thing I've heard come from that administration. And that's not a dig against Pence or even a lot of people in the administration. A lot of people in Trump's administration have voice. The only ones you heard from were Rudy Giuliani, Sean Spicer, who invented the word alternative facts instead of saying not lying, because Trump had him telling somebody lies. We had to make him a new word for it. Oh, it's alternative facts. And then his second or third or fourth press secretary, I don't remember, he went through so many, just would lie so much that they stopped doing the daily press conferences. They're like, we're just not even doing it. We're not going to tell y'all anything. And of course, we already know Trump broke the record for the number of lies that can be told. Anyway, but yeah, so he came out and he was giving a speech, and he said, I'm going to give you the short version of it because I can't find the exact quote, but he said, Trump was wrong to suggest I had the right to overturn the election. The American elections belong to the American people. And I was just like, that is the best thing, because that's it. That's what it is. And he said he had no right to change it, that The vote belonged to the American people. All right, I have the vote. President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election. The presidency belongs to the American people and the American people alone. Man, Pence, all right. I'm not going to say I'm going to vote for you if you run for president in 2024, but I really feel like you should. I feel like you're exactly what the Republican Party needs, a calm voice to come in, be the voice of reason. But you got mad respect from the ninja, and keep going out there and setting the record straight. Don't let Trump walk all over you, because that's what Trump does. Trump is the stereotypical bully, a narcissist bully at that. So by all means, Pence, you get a ninja nod, and we're going to move on to the next story. All right, so the story we're talking about now is a great story. A story that makes me happy in a way. I don't care who you like for president. I don't care who you voted for. And more importantly, it doesn't matter who I voted for and who is president. One of my big things in life is give credit where credit's due and be mad for the right reasons. Biden had a big victory this month. And whether you like Biden or not, him succeeding in the White House helps the American people succeed when it comes to things like this. I get it if you don't agree with some of his policies, but there's some stuff that you have to get credit for. Just like up until Corona, I admit it, Trump's moves on the economy worked. I may not agree with some things he did to get there, but it worked. Our economy was doing the best it had ever done. So I gotta give Trump credit for that, even though I didn't vote for him and I didn't like him. Get the point? Give people credit where credit is due. That's what I'm saying. Now with that, Biden takes victory lap with January jobs report. And I'm sure some of this is just people coming back from Corona, but America created 467,000 jobs in January alone. America's job machine is growing stronger than ever, Biden said at the White House. And he's right. And it's amazing that everything's going back. Our job numbers are going up. Our unemployment rate is going down. Like everything is better right now. And that's despite the new version of the virus, which I honestly believe now COVID-19 is just never going away. The lockdowns didn't work at all. They maybe slowed it down, but Corona just kept fighting. And I know one of the reasons that for is because we never really had a complete lockdown, because a complete lockdown is not actually feasible. People still have to go to work. You still have to go get groceries. Farmers couldn't stop working. Grocery stores couldn't work. Hospitals. So in order for a complete lockdown to work, everybody in the world would have to stay in their house for a month. Just 1 month, but nobody could have left their house. And that's just not possible. You can't not leave your house for a month. There would be no groceries. There would be no food. There would be no nothing. We're not in a society anymore where you could do that. So a lockdown, of course, was not going to work. Now, that means that I've been on quarantine for 2 weeks because I had COVID. I got lucky, mild symptoms, nothing serious. I had my vaccines, and I still got it. And I'm like, oh no, the vaccines are bad. No, the vaccines aren't bad. I'm not the world's most healthy person. I have a lot of medical issues. One of the reasons I got the vaccine. And I had the COVID, and I did get some symptoms, but I didn't end in the hospital. I didn't need any special treatments. The vaccine did one of the things it said it would do, which was kept me from getting super sick. So the vaccines did work. Would I prefer not to catch it? Oh, sure, because I just missed 2 weeks of work. No, awesome. Speaking of that, if you go to Patreon, you can send me money. Anyway, but the strong job numbers seem to have caught the White House off guard. They weren't even prepared. They were so happy. They were signaling that the run-up to this recent January report may have been down by a spike in COVID-19 infections, but it wasn't. America as a whole and the country is on the rebound, and Biden is going to get the credit for this. And that brings up another question I've always wondered. If something was inevitably going to happen, should we give the president credit? Or is it lucky that you're the one in the office when it happened? I always love when people give the president credit for gas prices. I'm like, y'all know the oil company said that, right? Like, it's the oil companies, they don't call Joe Biden or Trump or Obama or Bush or Clinton and go, hey, what should we set the prices today? No, it's a free market. Really, the president has no control over that. But yet, if gas prices are high, oh, the president's doing a bad job. Gas prices are low, oh, the president's doing a good job. I said that backwards, but y'all get my point. So, but yeah, more jobs created in January. He created more jobs in January than Trump's final numbers for when he was out of office. So obviously Biden's doing a good job. So here's hoping. And we haven't talked about it because I wasn't recording then. Let's give Biden some credit and Congress, the Democratic Congress, because I don't think they had any help from the Republicans, which we're going to talk about that in a second too, because this is getting on my nerves. They passed the infrastructure bill, the first major investment in infrastructure in our country in decades. And hopefully they put the money to work and we actually get what we need, get some bridges rebuilt, get the roads fixed, get the broadband, get all that stuff. All good things. And because of the way they worked the bill, not going to add any money to inflation or any increase in inflation. It's 100% paid for, so add no more to the deficit. And if they leave the rules in place after this bill is paid for, it'll actually create a budget surplus for the first time in years. Because the bill generates its own money. And they passed that with no Senate Republican support. Not one vote. I think all the Republicans deserve an inch up to the neck because not one of you thought that a bill that pays for itself, that creates infrastructure, rebuilds bridges, all that kind of good stuff deserved a vote. Not one of you, because Mitch McConnell said so. Really? I mean, y'all don't want bridges in your town? What is wrong with you? Like, seriously, and y'all debated and still didn't vote on it. Like, they tried to negotiate with you for months, and Biden, and then they finally gave us some version to do what we want. Y'all are just slowing us down. Like, so they passed it without you. They had to use a special rule in Congress, pass it without you, which is ridiculous. I could dig not everybody agreeing. You're never going to get all 100 votes from the Senate on anything because people have different views, and that's fine. But they only needed 10 Republicans in order to pass it without using the special rule. 10. You're telling me there's not 10 of you who has a bridge in their town or their state or needs more broadband or more child or anything this bill didn't need it. Oh, and my favorite. I don't have the list of names in front of me, so I'm not giving you the list of names. I might do that in another show. Several of these Republicans, after this bill passed, went back to their states and bragged about all the stuff they were going to get from this bill. I'm like, yeah, no, not because of you though. Shut up. If you're going to go vote no on a bill, then you can't go back to your state and brag about all the stuff that people are going to get from this bill without getting ninja kicked in the throat. Because you don't deserve the right to brag. You are ridiculous. And there was a lot. I'll let you know a secret. More than 10. So why didn't these people like the bill so much? Why didn't they vote for it? Just a thought. It's a bill. You vote for it. If you actually think it's going to do good, you vote for it. Hypocrites. Anyway, by job report, we are doing good as a country. Things are on the upswing. Jobs are on the upswing. And it's actually led to a pleasant surprise for people. It's one of those great scenarios in the world for workers where there are now more jobs than workers. So companies are having to increase benefits, increase pay to try to attract the best people. So right now, all of America, if you want to go out and work, you can make more doing the same job you did before because they need you. It's there. I mean, shoot. I was trying to go to a Taco Bell last night at 8 o'clock. Saturday night. Trying to go to Taco Bell at 8 o'clock. It was closed because they didn't have people to run it. I guess most people don't want to work at Taco Bell, but even they're increasing their pay to get people to come work for them. So this is a good thing. The power for once is with the employee and not with the employer, which is a good thing for the country. It's a good thing for the American people. And the more jobs you create, the only better it's going to get. So if you have a skill, go out there, find a good paying job because it's not hard at this point, and take advantage. All right, I'm going to hit on this story just a little. I'm not going to go deep into it, but I'm going to try to hit this and make my point and move on. First of all, Tucker Carlson needs to be ninja kicked in the face, in the throat, and then in the groin as he falls over. Or any other order you want. We might ninja kick him in the groin first, then hit him in the throat, and then as he's falling, ninja kick him in the head. I think that might aesthetically look better for some ninja kicks. Oh, no, I got it. Ninja kick him in the groin, ninja kick him in the throat, and then as he's falling, ninja chop him in the back of the head. Yeah, that'll look good. Because, when you're being a ninja, you gotta look good being a ninja. It's one of the secrets. Tucker Carlson is a talking head on TV. He's on, I think, Fox News, which Fox News is ridiculous. We're going to talk about an ice cream story here in a minute that's just retarded. But the GOP is finally, for the most, some of them are finally tired of listening to Tucker Carlson, which I was shocked. But they say, GOP to Tucker Carlson, this is from Politico, GOP to Tucker Carlson, we are the decision makers on Ukraine, not you. Apparently, and I don't watch his show, this is just what I got from the story, Tucker Carlson supports Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, thinks it's perfectly fine for Russia to invade Ukraine and we shouldn't do anything about another country invading a country, and is calling out individual senators for supporting the defense of the Ukraine, which is a sovereign country, from being invaded by America's number one enemy of all time. And I know there's people argue, oh no, Germany's our number one enemy. Germany was an enemy, and they were. And they did massive amounts of atrocities, and they were horrible people at that time. But then Germany got smacked down, and Germany went back and goes, we're just going to make beer and bratwurst from now on and stay home. We're good. And that's what they've done. They chilled out. They calmed down. They had to get smacked down twice for it to work, but they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to drink our beer now. We're good. We're sorry. No more guys with bad mustaches. We're good. We're sorry. We were drunk. We were drunk. We're sorry. We're just going to go make some really effed up porn now for y'all to enjoy, and we're going to stay home and have our beer. And so, long term, the greatest foreign adversary effect to us has been Russia, has always been Russia. Cold War lasted how long? And we're getting ready to start another Cold War with Russia, and hopefully it stays cold. And Ukraine is actually kind of been used as a proxy, but one of the things as Team America World Police, I hate that saying, but it's kind of what we are, that we always did, especially as the UN, which the UN is generally a good thing, is protect countries' sovereign rights. Ukraine is a sovereign country. They have every right to be a sovereign country. They are their own place. So Russia has no right to invade them and take over their country. It's not okay. So we're supporting them. I don't think they sent troops or anything yet. We've just been supporting them, sending them stuff to defend themselves. And Tucker Carlson thinks this is a bad idea. I'm like, dude, it's not like if we stop something, us and Russia are going to become friends. I know your buddy Trump, handed the keys over to Russia, but that's not a good thing. And again, you're a talking head, right? If you want to go out and give it, let's say it's a bad idea for us to help Ukraine, it could start something bad, we shouldn't do it. And then let it go. Or say a few facts, all right, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But literally calling out Pacific senators for saying they support, you let that go. Just stop attacking your party like that. That's a bit much, man. You're supposed to be a news person, deliver the news, put in some of your personal opinions. It's the same thing I do. But you gotta accept sometimes they do know what they're doing and give them credit where they deserve. We don't need to be in the Ukraine. But we don't need to let Russia take over the Ukraine. We need to be defending sovereign countries. Because what's going to stop Russia takes over the Ukraine and it makes it part of Russia again? Them doing to every other country that separated from the USSR. And then, I don't know, moving into Europe and trying to take Germany over again. Remember that whole wall? Yeah. Or did you forget? I bet you did forget. I bet you forgot. Or you're one of those crazy people who doesn't believe in anything. We are America. We defend sovereign countries. It's what we do. We're not going to stop just because you don't like it. And really, stop. Ninja kicks coming your way. Right in the head. Okay, so I'm going to read a story that I don't think should be a story. And I'm not even going to read the whole story. We're just going to hit on the highlights here. Are you ready for the highlight? President Joe Biden visits local small business. That's a good thing. Promote small businesses. President Biden waves with an ice cream cone in his hand as he walks out of Jenny's ice cream shop in Washington, D.C. on January 25th. The man took a break inside Washington, D.C., went down to an ice cream shop, got an ice cream, went back to the White House. That's not a story, right? Like, anybody else, not a story? Raise your hand if you don't think that's a story. Well, Fox News had a meltdown. Like, they reported on this ice cream story almost more than they reported on January 6th. Like, how he wasn't doing his job, how he should have been working on something, or all this crisis is going on in America with Corona, and then he's out getting ice cream. How dare he get ice cream? He maybe an hour out of his day, if that. And the only reason it'd be an hour because he gets security and everybody together. But he went and got ice cream. He didn't, I don't know, go to Mar-a-Lago and golf for 3 days, or go to his golf course in Jersey for 3 days, or, I don't know, take time off to play on Twitter for hours and hours. He went and got ice cream and went back to work. Are y'all saying that other presidents, Trump, could take almost half, what was it, the final number was a third of the year golfing. A third of the year golfing. 1/3 of the entire year he was first year he was in office, and the trend actually got more every single year. He golfed more every year. Golfing, and that's okay. Fox News didn't care about that, but dude takes an hour-long break, go get some ice cream, and goes back to work. That's bad? Look, I'm not a big fan of one-sided news reporting. And making yourself look like a massive hypocrite always just proves my point. But the minute y'all are more worried about dude taking a break to get some ice cream than taking a third of the year off golfing, y'all lose all credibility. Not that Fox News had much credibility with me to begin with, but y'all, seriously, y'all know people listen to you and take what you say and believe it and use it in their lives and use it to make their decisions, and you're giving out horrible information. Horrible. And on the other side, some of y'all ain't no better. Rachel Maddow, I've listened to her show several times, and sometimes she's pretty good and on the point, but sometimes she gets off on some conspiracy stuff on the other side that's not awesome, and turned out to be wrong sometimes too, which also not good. Y'all need to make sure you're reporting facts. Both of you. Both sides. Both of you. Honestly, you know the saddest part? You know the most realistic and everybody should watch show for news, for politics that you should go watch? And I'm going to say this and you're going to be like, no, not that guy. Yeah, Bill Maher. Holy crap, Bill Maher. That's right. The comedian on the HBO show Real Time with Bill Maher. By far the fairest, most honest, and lets people speak even if he doesn't agree with them per news person there is on TV right now. Yes, he has his own opinions. I'm going to let you know a secret. He might be liberal, but he will tear apart some Democrats if they're on some dumb shit. And, oh yes, if you're a Republican on some dumb shit, he will do everything he can to destroy you. But at the same time, he will let you sit there and talk and put your point out and then ask you questions about it. It's amazing. And then his open table debates, he will put a Republican that hates another person, put them right across from each other, and let them have them talk out. But at the same time, he makes sure he does everything to make sure they stay civil and actually have discussion. He believes in free speech, probably more than any Republican or Democrat on TV right now. Like, seriously. Because that's a big problem in this country right now. If you don't agree with me, then I don't want to hear you speak. Well, that's not how the world works. That's not how free speech works. I've said this before. This is an amazing quote, and it's from a movie. The American President movie, starring Michael Douglas, is a great movie, and I've always enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure he's a Democratic president. That doesn't really matter, but there's a speech at the end of the movie, and I'm going to just read a quote for that. And this is important. This is the part in America right now that we really need to get back to. And here's a quote directly from the American President movie. America isn't easy. America is advanced citizenship. You gotta want it bad because it's going to put up a fight. It's going to say, you want free speech? Let's see you acknowledge a man whose words make your blood boil, who's standing center stage and advocating at the top of his lungs that you would spend a lifetime opposing at the top of yours. You want to claim this is the land of the free? Then the symbol of your country cannot just be a flag. The symbol has to be one of its citizens exercising his right to burn that flag in protest. Now show me that. Defend that. Celebrate that in your classrooms. And then you can stand up and sing about the land of the free. We've got serious problems and we need serious people. Yeah, then it goes on to some other stuff in speech where he's talking about another character in the movie that's fighting against him. Yeah. It's that speech, that paragraph right there is by far one of the things that make me love this country. Like, I'm doing a little podcast here talking politics and reading news stories and stuff. And I can do that and I can say whatever I want as long as I'm not actually threatening anybody, which I'm not. And that's okay. And somebody who totally believes the exact opposite of me can go do the same thing. And that's okay. And me and that person, we don't have to agree. But we can sit down and have a discussion and maybe we'll come to some agreements on stuff. Maybe not. But that's fine. That's what America is. And that is what we need to get back to. America, land of the free. I'm going to say some stuff that might make you mad, but I'm allowed to. Don't necessarily want to, but that happens. It's okay. You might say something that's going to make me mad. As long as it's fact-based, that's fine. Why not? Even if it's not fact-based, even if you're just totally crazy, you're allowed to say it. Go ahead. It's not fact-based, I'm going to make fun of you. I'm allowed to do that. It's land of the free. So let's get back to that. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree and still be friends. That's America. That's the America I want to see in the future. That's the America I love. This, I don't agree with you, so I'm going to attack you, shit needs to go. America, home of the brave, land of the free. Why can't we just do that? That's the show for tonight, guys. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all part of the Ninja Podcast Network with all the shows featuring Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Not a Kid's Game, presented by the Angry Ninja, which is our D&D podcast, the Ninja News and Politics Show, Sports Talk with the Ninja and J-Mo, and our newest podcast, Outrageous Stories with the Ninja, featuring occasional special guests. Great shows, great stuff. If you want to reach any of us, you can go at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at cman2342. You can get us on Facebook on the Ask the Angry Ninja Show Facebook page. Any of those places, if you want to support us, we appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/worstjokes. And if you join high enough tier, you'll get a free gift. And we just appreciate any support and feedback. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll holler at you later.